Welcome. This is Paula Chafee-Scardamelli of diviningthemuse.com with your Monday Tarot message from the Muse for the week of January 21st. Okay, so your theme for the week is being the King of Wands. Now, Wands is the element of fire, of spirit, of creativity, career, and work. And the King, of course, is the one who gets the big picture, who manages resources, and you can see the king here tending the altar, the creative altar of fire. He's got the fire dragons on hangings on either side of him and his wand in his hand. Interestingly, last week we had the Ace of Wands in this position, and so it's still very much about creativity, creative power, creative energy. So how are you managing that energy, and how are you managing your creative work? What's the big picture? If this was a television screen or the other end of a telescope, what's the big picture that you need to get on your work? The focus for the week is the Five of Coins, and we know that the fives are always a challenge. Coins has to do with money, home, health, anything in the material realm. So and five, you can see this poor woman sitting with her back against a wall with her alms cup out, not looking very happy. So your focus for the week is, how are you sitting around waiting for things to change when if you stood up and turned around, you'd see that there might be other new opportunities waiting for you. So look at where you might be feeling like your back's against the wall and you need help, but you're, instead of going out and asking for it or standing up and looking around at what your options are, you're kind of waiting for it to come to you. So your action, though, is to be the sun, which is an interesting, okay, we've got a Wands fire element at the beginning. We've got this possibility of light behind us and help focusing. But the whole idea is to be the sun this week. The sun is the center of creativity and energy, and it draws to it the things it needs through its magnetic force. So how do you need to be the light? How do you need to be the sun, drawing to you what you need in order to create and do the work you're meant to do? And then finally, a gift that may not look or feel like a gift. It's the Eight of Swords. Swords is the element of air, of mind, thoughts, attitudes, and beliefs. You can see the poor girl surrounded, she's caught in a web and surrounded by these very sharp swords. She's blindfolded and somewhat bound, but all she has to do, notice her hands are free, all she has to do is remove the blindfold, see where the sword is that can help herself cut herself free. And in back of her is Jupiter, the sign of being big, the planet of greatness. It's called the Great Benefic. So look for the gift of the opportunity of a kind of time or moment when you can cut yourself free of the beliefs, attitudes, and thoughts that keep you bound up and keep you from moving into that bigger self and bigger creative work. So as we look at the story for the week, this is really about giving yourself the space and time to get bigger in your work, to exhibit the power that you have. Get the big picture. How do you need to get the big picture on your creativity and your creative work? And then stop sitting, do you need to stop sitting around waiting for help to come to you? What would happen if you stood up and looked around for other options? Be the sun. Draw what you need to you. Provide illumination and creativity for others. And then look for that opportunity during the week when you can cut yourself free of some of those limiting beliefs. And this is Paula Chafee-Scardamelli of diviningthemuse.com, wishing you divine musings.